Okay, so the Spanish FA president, Luis Rubiales, has been suspended by FIFA. This follows on from the footage of him kissing Spain forward Jenni Hermoso during the trophy award ceremony following the World Cup final, where Spain won 1-0 over England. Now, he's given a speech at Spanish FA headquarters in Madrid, where he vigorously defended himself, says everything was consensual. At the time, nothing was said. It's been in the following days, so this week it's basically blown up. It's become very controversial. There's been a lot of protests by Spanish football fans against the Spanish FA and Luis Rubiales as its president. And FIFA have now stepped in and suspended him provisionally. Now, Infantino, the FIFA president, has made some controversial statements in regards to women's rights and the women's game and the direction we should be taking on equality and equal pay and such. And he's been heavily criticised for some of his statements involving a lot of issues, but especially during the Women's World Cup, he made some statements that went down like a lead balloon. And of course, we've seen the Mason Greenwood situation here domestically in England, where Man United have decided to part ways with Mason Greenwood following the allegations against him. That, of course, the charges have sort of been dropped, but there's obviously the ongoing Mason Greenwood situation and whether he'll play football again. So, women in sport, it's a big talking point. And it's a controversial talking point, but the Spanish FA are contesting the suspension of Luis Rubiales by FIFA. This is all breaking news. We'll see what happens, but now a lot of the female players of part of that Spanish team are now basically on strike in regards to Luis Rubiales staying in position. They want him sacked. So this has really exploded. But as I say, at the time, nothing was said. It's more this week and the following on. The footage has now surfaced. There's been a lot of discussion around Jenni Hermoso's Instagram account and in following the win in the celebrations in the hotel. She doesn't really mention anything negative about that interaction with the Spanish FA president. However, this has now created a scandal in Spanish football and has generated momentum of its own. So this is a big debating point, but FIFA have suspended Spanish FA president Luis Rubiales provisionally. So we'll see what happens and we'll see whether he keeps his job or not. But he's very defiant. The Spanish FA are basically appealing the suspension. That's what's been reported, but it's been a hectic week or so since Spain won the Women's World Cup. There's been a lot of controversy surrounding that, including purchasing of kits, replica kits for fans, Infantino's statements, and now this. And otherwise, what was a great tournament. Crowds were good, the quality of football was good, and the gap between the lesser nations and the top nations is shortening. We're seeing a power shift in women's football in regards of who's going to be in the finals, who's competing for trophies. The USA and Germany, for example, didn't do very well. England and Spain did do very well. So there's a lot going on, but this is, I think, overshadowing what was a fantastic tournament and a fantastic advert for the women's game. Will he keep his job? The protest movement is growing to basically get him the sack. Also, the Spanish coach, there was players boycotting the Spanish coach last year who were brought back into the side. I think that made a difference. So the Spanish FA and the players, there's a growing distrust. There's always politics when it comes to Spanish football between Real Madrid and Barcelona. There's always a division there. This has blown up in what should be a celebratory period for Spanish football, especially women's football. Now this has come along. Should he keep his job? Should he go? We'll see what happens, but there we go. Luis Rubiales, Spanish FA president, suspended by FIFA. Place your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll have some more content for you very, very soon.